So one of my blog themes is running lessons, these things that come to me while I run or things that my body teaches me while I run, rah-de-rah. I'm going to call this one a rowing lesson because after my marathon and I messed up my knee, I found one of the only things I could do as part of my physical outlet is rowing. Every day I would arrive at this rowing machine, and the strap on the left foot wasn't situated in such a way that it was easy for me to really tighten the strap against my foot. And it didn't seem to matter what I did to mess with it. I couldn't get the stupid strap to tighten around my foot. So what would happen is if I would start rowing and the strap on my left foot would loosen, so I would just feel completely, I don't know if cockeyed is a term here, but basically one side would wobble or my left foot would keep coming out of the strap. And it made it really uncomfortable. And it was to the point where I was like, well, fuck it. I'm not even gonna row. I can't get my foot to tighten. And on the days that I could get it to kind of tighten, it would come loose because of the position the strap was in. And I kept looking at it. I'm like, surely there's got to be why is this strap not working and the other one is? And I couldn't, for weeks, I could not. I was actually got to the point where I was avoiding rowing because this strap in my foot would get loose, and it was just this fucking situation I didn't want to deal with. So there were some days where I honestly put it in the too hard basket, all because of this dumb strap. Then I don't know what happened. I probably went down a rabbit hole and had some kind of weird epiphany, or I just started thinking differently one day. I went to the gym, as I do. And for some reason, I sat down at the row machine that day and I just looked at the strap. And I looked at it from a different angle. And I realized I literally just reached down and I twisted not the strap part that tightens, but the whole strap. The strap that went around the entirety of where you put your foot, so that the part that tightens was now in a different position. I moved it back. Instead of trying to fucking fight and mess with one little part of the strap, in one mind-obliterating moment, I realized I could turn the entire strap so that the little part that tightens was now in a different position. I reached down and I effortlessly moved this strap into a position where I could now completely tighten my left foot and row with infinite comfort. I didn't have, my foot didn't get loose. And the entire time I was rowing, I was thinking, holy shit. If that's not a metaphor for some of life's struggles, I don't know what is. For months, I avoided doing this because no matter what I did and how I tried, when I fucking fought with this little tiny strap, nothing I did worked. And then one day, I look at the bigger picture. I realize I can move the whole thing. And I just effortlessly made things so much easier for myself. But I couldn't have known that was possible until I looked at the whole strap. Sometimes we have to look at things just a little bit differently. Now, changing the position of that strap is an option to me every day. I now never have to worry about discomfort with regards to how tightly my foot is strapped into the row machine. From that one day where I was able to gain that insight and find the new way to do it. And now I can do that anytime. You know, it reminds me of what I was talking about in the Sudoku shift. Every time we approach a brain puzzle, be it a brain puzzle or a struggle that we're dealing with day in and day out, once we tap into looking at the situation in a different way, maybe that's taking a step back, maybe that's taking a step to the side, maybe that's taking a step in and looking at it closer. Either way, there's a lot to be said for looking at something, anything. I mean, think of any problem in your life. It could be, you know, why you're always getting mad at your partner for you know, something, or why you're always getting frustrated at work for some, you know, in some particular way. We step back and we look at it from a different angle. And the beauty of it, well, perhaps the catch-22, and this is obviously the catch-22 of awareness, is once we see it, and whatever that situation is, once we tap into that different viewpoint and that different perspective, we can't unsee it. That is now available to us. It is new information. And it occurs to me to remind myself that I cannot blame myself for not knowing that information until I gain that different perspective. Sometimes we just need to be patient. It just happens. Just something to think about.